Okay, first of all you're going to need to loosen all the nuts on your wheel here. In your kit you should have a locking wheel nut key, and there'll only be one there like that, and that fits snugly in there. They're all a 17mm, so you've got to turn it anti-clockwise. Get yourself an extension bar. Yeah, they're all 17mm, so loosen them up anti-clockwise all the way around before we jack it up. Not so the wheel's hanging off. You don't want that, it's just so when we jack it up we can go over them easily without the wheel turning, that's all. When you undo the locking wheel nut key, apply a bit of pressure with this hand as well inwards, because you don't want the locking wheel nut to slip and then burr off there. Right, so we've got the jack underneath. This is the point you want to jack it on. You want to get your jack there central in the middle of that part there, which is like a handle thing. That's your jacking point. This is jacked up, then you can go ahead, loosen them up like that. Loosen them all off and take the wheel off. The next stage, got two 14mm bolts holding the calipers on here, look. That one there and that one there. So what you need, so now the 14mm bolts are out of there on the caliper. You should be able to get just the bar like this, watch. See? Easy. So as you manoeuvre this, be careful, because obviously you've got your brake line there, you don't want it to I'm going to prop that up, or you can tie it up if you want, but I don't want it hanging. I don't want it hanging on the brake thing, putting pressure on it. So there you have it. There's the brake pads there. So we've got these fancy clip system here. I think it's like an anti-squeal thing or something. Like there, two clips. I'll have to investigate them things. I haven't come across those before. But the pads, as you can see, are well gone. Nearly down to the metal there. So it's good to change them. Just double checking the pads. These are Blueprint, 22.95 or 22.50 off of Amazon. I sort of just offered them up, and they're similar sort of profile there. They don't come with this spring thing, they come with another little spring thing that goes in somewhere. But yeah, just got to figure out how to get this off, that's all. Right, so don't touch this spring system thing here. Just get your screwdriver in between the disc and there. As you can see, lever out easy, look. Oh, it has come loose there a little bit on the top. That's not no issue there. Look, there's that spring thing. All that does is goes back over and clips in there, that's all. But as you see, when I got the pad out, that just unclips from there. Yeah, that's all good. Right, on the inner one, so the one this side there, I've looked, and in the kit you should have a new one of them. Look, see that little clip thing? The other side hasn't got that, so whatever that does, you've got to put that in your kit back on the pad, and that goes on the inside there. Side. Right, I thought I'd just check that, because obviously I'm going to wind them calipers back, but this fortunately has got a big long neck on it, you know, and the level's probably down here somewhere, so it'd take a lot for that to push up there. But what you need to do is just keep your eye on it as you're rewinding the caliper in, because it pushes the brake fluid back up, which will ultimately end up here. So I've just took the lid off. If necessary, just put a bit of rag around here as well, just in case it does spill over. It's highly unlikely. I have got a brake rewind kit. I'm just going to show you, before I had the kit like that, you can do it with an old G clamp. You clamp that on the back like that, and you wind it in, right, like this. Look, see it going in gently. You just want to get that all the way back. That's the old method I used to use, and it works quite well really. So if you've got an old G clamp and you haven't got a brake rewind kit, see it going back in. So you want to get that, the metal, more or less all the way back before we put the new pads in. And then what you can do, if you really want to, you can give this just a little clean up if you want. Get some brake cleaner or whatever, clean all this up. That's up to you. Now you just bring the caliper back round gently. Them two bits at the top are spring loaded. Look, I don't know if you can see that springing. See it? And you just slide that over like that. And you've got to put the bolts back in then. One there and one there. I'm going to try and lever these springs off. I just pull off like that because I want to give them a good clean up in actual fact. That just pulls off like that. So when it goes back on, same thing in. And you can see there, clip it down. But I want to give them a clean up. Put them, use some petrol or some brake cleaner, clean it all up. And look, there you go, that's all pushed back now, so that's all good. Okay, for the one nearest that side again, the brake pad, as I said before, is this stainless steel clip. There's the old pad, so you just need to clip that just on there like that. You see, clips in. Don't know what it does, but there you go. Okay, I'm going to put these retaining clips back on now. Cleaned them up with a bit of caustic soda. Good old Suzuki, they made them in stainless steel, so they are great idea, no rust. Cleaned up alright anyway. But what I noticed, that part there was a bit gooey, so I assume they put a bit of copper grease on there and there and there, so that when that goes back over, and put a little dab of copper grease on there, and then that, see, and clips in there like that, you see, and the other side like that. But that had a bit of copper grease, and I might put a little bit of copper grease just in there as well, just a little dab of it. Then you just get your pad and then clip it in there, look, see, clip that one over there. Remember the one with that little nodule thing or whatever it is on the back, that goes to the back, that goes in that way like that, and that clips in there as well. Right, with the rear pad I had a bit of a job. I had to push that end in first, there, push that end in, this end is down here, and what I had to do is get a rubber mallet and just give it a gentle tap, so it sort of springs into place. And now, as you can see, they're both in place there, which is good. Right, see the caliper there, these two little bits, hold on, there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of copper grease on there before I slide this back over. There you go, look, see. Now you just bring the caliper back round gently. Them two and bits at the top are spring loaded. Look, I don't know if you can see that springing. See it? And you just slide that over like that. And you got to put the bolts back in then. One there and one there. These spring loaded bits, so they push in here to make it easier. So just done the bolts up, the two 14mm holding it on, one there and one there. I'm not sure the torque wrench setting, so I just go the type, but don't go, you know, don't go silly on it, because they're not really holding. It is holding a lot on, but it's not mega, you know what I mean? Don't go too mad with it. One other little tip: once you've completed the other side, when you get back in the car and fire the car up, put your foot on the pedal lightly, like that, not like full on, just gently ease it in like that before you take the car out, because what you'll find is you'll have no brakes there for a bit. So gently ease it in like that, back and forward on the pedal until it goes nice and stiff.